The fight is almost here, but it looks like the chaos is just getting started. Just days before their big match, Jake Paul ran into Mike Tyson on the street, and things went totally wild. It's like the universe is making sure we're all on the edge of our seats until the very last second. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you probably already know that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are about to face off in one of the biggest boxing matches in a long time. These two are set to meet on November 15th at the AT&T Arena.
We're gonna allow you guys 45 seconds to answer my question. The opponent has 45 seconds to respond.
This is like a presidential debate.
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right.
When I'm here, it's important.
With the fight just around the corner, Jake is doing what he does best, stirring up drama. He's out there talking nonstop, making sure everyone is paying attention. Hyping this fight is his main goal, and he's all about making as much money as he can. Honestly, Jake seems fine with crossing any line, even if it means trying to embarrass Tyson. He is convinced that his loud mouth and big talk will give him an edge. It's almost like he thinks saying a bunch of wild stuff will somehow make him stronger in the ring. But come on, we're talking about Mike Tyson here. You don't just talk your way past a guy like that. Jake may be great at trash talk, but Tyson's punches do a lot more than just hurt feelings. Jake is really going all out this time. He's putting everything into this fight, acting like he's already on Tyson's level. Just recently, he was out for a walk, getting some fresh air, when suddenly, who does he see? None other than Iron Mike Tyson himself, right there on the street. Now, you might think they'd just smile and shake hands like normal people. But with these two, there's no such thing as normal. A simple greeting wasn't going to happen here. Instead, things got intense fast, as if a storm was brewing. Let's just say their hello looked more like a scene from an action movie than a casual meeting. You could call it anything but peaceful. A few months back, these two also had a run-in at the Cowboys vs. Saints game. Jake was in full trash talk mode, saying things to Tyson that we can't even repeat. He went all out like he had no fear at all. Fans were shocked and even a bit angry. But Jake just kept going. He wasn't about to back down, not even for Mike Tyson. Jake really seems to enjoy poking the bear, only this time, the bear is Tyson, and the fans are starting to lose patience. They're not happy about Jake's attitude, thinking he's pushing things too far. But Jake seems to love the attention, as if he thinks it's all just part of the game. The fans, though, are clearly rooting for Tyson to put him in his place. Tyson's response to all of this has been something else. Jake Paul has been working hard to make a name in boxing, no doubt about that. He's faced some big fighters, thrown a few wild punches, and definitely knows how to get people talking. You've got to give him credit. He's not shy about causing a scene, but this time, he might have gone a little too far, especially when he decided to stir things up with none other than Mike Tyson. At their latest run-in, Jake showed he's not scared to push buttons, even if those buttons belong to a boxing legend. He acted like he was already on Tyson's level, ready to face him head-on. But honestly, facing Tyson isn't like picking a fight with just any fighter. This is Iron Mike. Jake's boldness was impressive, but maybe a little overconfident. Let's get one thing clear. The Cowboys vs. Saints game was the perfect way to start the season, and wow, it did not disappoint. The Saints came out ready, scoring points like it was easy. By the end, they crushed the Cowboys with a huge 44-9 victory. It was a game that fans will remember for a long time, or at least they would have if something even bigger hadn't happened. Because let's be honest, no one was even talking about the score after halftime. The real show happened during the break, and it had nothing to do with touchdowns. What really had people on the edge of their seats was the chaos between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Yes, you heard that right. These two decided to have a face-off right there at halftime, and it was something fans didn't see coming. So here's the scene. It's halftime, and while most fans are grabbing snacks or just hanging out, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are getting ready to go head-to-head, right there on the field. Not in the ring, but smack in the middle of the stadium. You know Jake, he can't resist any chance to grab the spotlight. He went from calm to full-on rage in seconds, throwing out every insult he could think of at Tyson. It was like he had a whole list of things to say, and he was determined to get through it all. Jake was on a mission to show he's not scared, but let's be real, it looked a little over the top. And of course, we're talking about Iron Mike here. This is Tyson, a legend who's been through more fights and challenges than Jake could even imagine. Tyson stood there, calm and unfazed, like he'd seen it all before. Tyson wasn't about to get sucked into Jake's antics. Jake kept hurling insult after insult, practically bouncing around in a frenzy. But Tyson? He was like a statue, totally unfazed. He didn't let Jake's wild talk mess with him even a little bit. The fans couldn't decide whether to laugh at how ridiculous Jake was being or feel annoyed. Some found it hilarious that Jake was trying so hard to get a reaction from Tyson, while others were getting tired of his over-the-top behavior. But Tyson stayed steady, almost like he found the whole scene entertaining. After all, he's been in way bigger showdowns, and isn't one to be easily rattled. Then, just when everyone was wondering if Tyson would say anything back, he finally did. But instead of shouting or making a scene, he hit Jake with a calm, simple response. We'll see what happens in the ring. You just have to relax, Jake. That's all it took. No yelling, no over-the-top comeback. Just a calm, steady statement from Tyson, a guy who knows he doesn't have to act tough to show he's the real deal. Tyson's been in this game long enough to know that causing a scene at a football game is just plain messy. It makes you look desperate. And that's exactly the vibe Jake was giving off. Jake seemed like he was trying way too hard to mess with Tyson's mind, but it just wasn't happening. Tyson stood there like an unbreakable wall, and Jake looked like he was losing control. Honestly, it was kind of embarrassing to watch. Jake looked like he was all over the place, hoping his words would make an impact. But Tyson's cool demeanor made that impossible. We get it. Jake is all about the hype. He lives for the buzz, and the more drama, the better. But Tyson? He's the total opposite. He doesn't need to jump around or put on a show to prove he's a legend. This is a guy who's fought some of the greatest fighters in history. He knows one simple truth: actions speak way louder than words. While Jake was busy stirring things up, Tyson kept it cool and classy. He didn't join in on the antics, because he knows who he is and what he's done in the ring. That's why fans respect him. He's not going to turn a football game into a circus just because Jake wants attention. Tyson's too smart to get sucked into a pointless act. But it looks like Tyson's calm and composed approach isn't working anymore. When Jake Paul bumped into him, Tyson didn't just stand there quietly. No, he was ready to throw his deadliest punch. It was Jake who got too close, but it was Tyson who got the last laugh. He made sure Jake felt the full force of his power. So, what do you think about their latest confrontation? Do you think it will have any impact on their fight on November 15th? Please let me know your thoughts down below.